Oh, yes, there are a number of Genesis games I've been wanting to do, but I cannot get OBS to work with any Genesis emulator I've ever used. Like, I've been wanting to do a Sonic the Hedgehog type marathon run for some time now. Number of other Sega Genesis games I want to play too. I mean, I know I did Shadowrun a while back, but that was basically just to do a display capture, and that had limited success.
Ah, what's this? I had not even realized the blade and the raiment were here. You wear those trinkets well, Kain. But I do believe that they would look better on me.
The matriarch of Avernus, the Lady Azimuth. Her magical planing skills summon demons through runes inscribed in human blood.
What a line read from that lady. It's perfect.
Come to me, my children. We shall ravage Nosgoth together. So, little man.
So I don't quite realize it at this time, but
to stop me.
she disappears like that every time. I don't realize it at this time, but she disappears like that just about, every time one of those projectiles gets flown at her, and she reacts that way to any projectile, whether you created it or she does. So I think that's her way of avoiding, like, the items.
My children shall rip you apart.
So, like, I don't realize it at this time, but that shield is actually also hurting my ability to get to her because she keeps throwing projectiles at me that in turn get reflected back at her.
Come, my demon. Let us sup on vampire blood.
So naturally, this also means
Flame sword.
juggling a bunch of items.
Spirit death. Antitoxin.
So what this ends up being is a much longer fight than it needed to be, but of course a lot of these things you find out by doing it. Naturally, that spell doesn't work in here.
Hey, Victor!
Naturally, she disappears right at the 11th hour. And as soon as they head back toward her, which means I cannot let any of those projectiles So, long story short, the whole battle just becomes a juggling act. Say out loud, those things get reflected and she disappears. So, and that keeps happening until I eventually figure it out, and while I don't become perfect at avoiding it, it gets fairly frustrating too. Yeah, I have that lovely idea again because I think I had forgotten that doesn't work indoors. Honestly surprised I hadn't thought of using Spirit Rock, but she'd probably disappear if I used that too. I'm trying to think what else I could have used, but I think I'm pretty much pigeonholed into just using swords.
Flame sword.
This is to be fun.
of darkness.
I still hadn't figured it out by this time. It can be so dense sometimes. There we go. Of course, knowing to avoid them is one thing. Being able to...
The Soul Reaver.
鸡蛋弄两个洗洗，然后放那个一半儿的那个凉水搁里头，
If I were more skilled at this, I'd probably be able to do all this without the shield, because those creatures are slow, and so are those projectiles a little bit.
Flame Sword. For all her magic, the Lady Azimuth was little trouble. Once her demonic thralls had been dispatched, she fell quickly to my blade.
Didn't even really have to do that.
The the heart of darkness.
Surprisingly few of those used this battle. Of course, it took a gajillion energy banks, but still.
Azimuth's third eye, a gift from the Pillar of Dimensions, allowed the planar sight into other realms. The pillar reclaims its own.
开最大，你不用管它了。几分钟左右。过10分钟再出来，过15分钟。不用管它，过15分
So
钟。
that means I should be up to 84.
It will deliver you in time.
Oh man, quite the Monty Hall adventure. I mean, it's not like Kain didn't, like, earn it or anything. He did, fight quite a bit of ways to where he got. What a dungeon. So the next area here isn't much. I don't really... I think there's a major secret or two, I think that was just coming up that I bothered to get. But for the most part, we're just about done for today. I'm going back to feed. Oh, yeah, there you go. We're all hanging out right by the bat signal. They know what they're doing. Oh, you hadn't gotten enough magic back there, past self. I thought I was going to feed, but apparently
Flame
not.
sword. Spiked mace. The axes.
There we go. That's the smarter thing to do. Oh, I did find it. There we go.